Welcome to Soccer Like It in Man United direction. Man United 2, Aston Villa 0. United have actually won the last game of the season and have gone 3 points and have saved some pride and some dignity going into the closure of the season. I'm joined with Houston Red Army, the globe-trotting Josh, and the soul man, Mr. Positive Joe. Joe.
Yes. What?
The last day of the season, we got 3 points. We beat Aston Villa 3-0.
9 points, Kareem.
And to go.
Somber moment. It's been a hell of a season. I like a lot of folks. I'm ecstatic that it's finished. It's done.
Is it more like a relief?
It's certainly a relief, man. I wouldn't have even cared if we lost today, as long as it just ended. You know, so that's the way I look at it. Because the faster we end the season, the faster we can start building for next season. That's what my motivation is. So hopefully this transfer window works out for us. And
without
we have
without 100 million pounds.
We have a lot of work to do, man. We have a lot of work to do. Let's get it going.
Josh.
So no, I'm happy to end the season on a win.
Right. Ahmad, beautiful today.
Fantastic, and that's why I also was thinking like, man, if we had him throughout the season, things could have been a little bit different.
Yes,
but you know what? This is football. This stuff happens. So no, definitely a season to forget.
Immediately, mate. Immediately.
So, but one of the things that I was thinking about after we lost the Europa League final, man. I mean, that was like deep depression for me.
A lot of fans worldwide.
So,
are still going through
but like this is what I actually took comfort in, is that I realized when you say a lot of fans worldwide, and I was talking to one of the guys that wasn't normally here, and I think he was out of town, and he had stopped by. And in my travels, what I've realized is that there is no club more widely followed than this club. There are more people around the world caring about what goes on with this club than any other one. And so I said, you know what? There are literally hundreds of millions of people feeling like we are
of course.
Right now.
It's a global epidemic.
And they are sitting around at tables all over the world right now, also having the same discussions. How do we change this? How do we go and improve this? Because we need to do better, right? So I'm not saying that changes anything, but I like thinking about the solidarity of the Man United fans all over the world. We all feel the same, and we're all figuring out, okay, no, we need to figure out how to go and bring this back. So that gives me that's the one comfort I take from this.
The question everyone wants to ask you guys: the whole season, what are you grading United's performance from day 1 to day 2 to the last game today? What would you rate United's performances on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 mark, 1 point.
I will say from top to absolute bottom.
Please.
From top to absolute bottom. 0.
Oh!
Absolute 0. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing that we can take from this season.
No.
There was absolutely.
We went through 2 managers. Would you even give them a 2 out of 10 for getting to a final?
We went through 2 managers.
Have you ever considered that we were doing better under Ten Hag than before?
We were doing better under Ten Hag.
He left us at 14, 6 places from top 10. We ended up with 16.
And Amorim has acknowledged
30 points.
Amorim has acknowledged this. Like,
yeah. I mean,
so you're giving it a 0?
An absolute 0. This is completely and utterly unacceptable.
It is.
We have no trophies. We sacrificed the league so that we can have
the Europa League Cup.
We ended up in what? 15th
We bottled.
place?
We actually.
Sorry. Real quick. Can we get Trey in here real quick?
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to go and give a shout out to Trey, who has a baby on the way in September.
Yeah.
Can you show and he has.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
and they are ready to bring a new Man United fan into the world.
That's right.
That's good.
Yeah.
Go good, bro. New fans.
Which might be child abuse at this point. But,
speaking on that, I'm going to throw in another shout out to our boy Benzie.
Benzie, congratulations.
Benzie has not been able
the
to...
controversial one.
The controversial one. Brought in a new healthy baby girl this week. Shout out to him, a new United.
Congratulations to Benz.
Faithful. Congratulations to him. My little baby sister, Odiri, that's what's up. All right, shout out to y'all.
Right. So, as it stands, on this whole season, game 1 to today, including the cups, the tournament, I need you to give them a grade out of 10. Go.
I mean, I understand where Joe's coming from, but I don't know that I'm going to go and say 0 because I think there have been some positives throughout. So I'm gonna go.
Just dropping the mark.
No, I'm going to give it a 3.
A 3?
Yes.
No, that is. It's your opinion. We are an open tent. We welcome opinions of all walks of life, no matter how.
Well, I'm not sure about these days, but you know.
So
no. The reason why I say that is because I'm as hurt as anyone, but I also, if I were a 0, I would just walk away and like never come back, right? Because I don't think there's any hope.
No, it would be minus.
Okay, right? I'll give them a 0.1.
And so my thing is like, okay,
1 out of 10.
We have to.
So you change your score to 1.
No. 0.1.
0.1.
0.
Damn.
0.1.
Ouch.
Yes.
That is low.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. We can't sugarcoat it. We are in dark.
No.
We are in dark days right now. We are in dark days.
Dark days.
Right?
Deep dark days.
My point is that United has been in dark days before. So I remember talking to Tom and him going and telling me about it. He remembers when we got relegated. The
74-75 season, yes.
So, and he's like, and everyone said that was the end of United, right?
At the time, the highest paid player was £100 a week.
Yeah. So, again, the financial thing is a concern. However, I mean, no one. When we went on our run,
what run was that? This season?
In the 90s.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No one had predicted that. No one had said that this is coming, right? And in Fergie's first few seasons, nobody had said.
No.
There were a lot of Fergie out folks,
yes,
you know?
Yes.
89,
90
I remember
season,
talking to Man U Mike, and he told me he was one of them. He was like,
89,
I
90
remember.
season. We were 6 to the bottom, we finished.
And I think he had an FA Cup win that if he hadn't won that, he would have been sacked.
Definitely.
And he got the win, and then things turned around.
Right.
So, but again, I don't think that it's all complete shit.
So you're not saying it's all doom and gloom?
No.
I like his optimism. It's really good.
No, I mean, the fact of the matter, y'all, is that if you look at also a lot of our matches throughout the season, it hinged on a few key moments, right? That there were a lot of winnable matches that we did not win, right? And I also think Emran was put in a tough situation coming in mid-season. Totally different system, which he's trying to employ. And so that's why, I'm not holding it against Amram, coming in mid-season and trying to do this. And so that's why I say, all right, we go into the transfer window, let Amram go and try to shape things the way, and then let's see how things come out next season. Because this is one of the beauties of football, is that with all the analytics that's going on these days, what I realize is that there's so many guys getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to go and run stats on things these days, and they still can't figure it out.
Right.
And the thing that I take trust in is that, like I said, in all of my travels, there are literally people doing exactly what we're doing right now. In Africa, in Asia, in Latin America, going and trying to figure out what do we do to go and make this better.
Right.
And so, again, maybe I'm an optimist, but I still believe that eventually, all of that put together, we figure it out.
No. I don't think this is going to be a long-term doom and gloom. I think there will be times we're going to be better, but this current season has been absolutely shambolic, diabolical, abysmal, and woeful. There's no sugarcoating.
100%.
There's no
100%.
extra way to coat it. It was horrible, horrendous. This was what you call if we could wipe this season out of the history books, that would be fantastic.
I would love it if this could be a race amendment, for sure.
Yeah, but
For sure.
we can't.
But
we can't.
I just don't also agree with the people that are completely counting us out for the future, because I'm like, guys, we've been a club for how many years now? 100 and some odd years, and we have been counted out many, many times before.
Right.
And we have always proved them wrong.
Right.
And again, maybe it's just me, but I think we're gonna prove them wrong again.
Right. Okay. So as it stands now, United got the last win of the season against Aston Villa. We are 3 points today, which we've not had in a long time. A lot of United fans are still trying to recover from the Europa League disaster on Wednesday. A lot of people said they're never going to forget that, because it's a mental torture, psychological thing that, like, I can't describe it. United had to win.
Yeah.
They had to win. There was no other way. But they went there, stuck to one same game plan, did not change through the course of the game or the duration of the match, and thought that game plan is going to come through. When the guys who you played against changed the game plan twice in the match.
Yeah.
And we ended up with no trophies, no Champions League, no European football, 18 Premier League defeats in the season. And that's who we are.
Yeah.
And that's where we ended.
No, it is. So again, like I said, we have to acknowledge this. We have to be honest about where we are.
Right.
But that's where the rebuilding begins.
Right.
It's starting there. But I also believe it's, again, let's take the long-term view. We've been here before.
Right.
This has happened before, and we rebuilt.
Right.
I remember also just to take it to other clubs, I remember going in making, I still make fun of Arsenal because they still can't win an actual trophy. But Arsenal were absolutely irrelevant for about a decade, right? And then Arteta came in. It took him a few seasons, and now again, they still cannot win a trophy, but put them into contention again, where everyone had just nobody thought about Arsenal anymore, right? So what I'm saying is that this is football, y'all. This is what happens. But I don't think there's any other club in the world that has this many people as invested as our club. And I just have to believe that with this many people carrying this much, and again, as much as we hate it, and I'm still here. I still showed up today, right? After this shambolic season, as you put it, right? Why? Because this is my fucking club.
Yeah, there's no.
And I don't know of any other club that there's this many people around the world that feel that way.
Right.
And so I don't know. I just, again, maybe it's the optimist in me, but I just have to believe that support is eventually going to go and bring us back to where we need to be.
Well, hopefully, I like the optimism for the future. Coming back to this season, which has been absolutely fundamental, crystal clear, stratospheric, astronomically a failure. It's one season that, like I just told him, I would like us to take the season 2024-25, just take that out of the record books. That season didn't exist. Because when you go from game to game to game to game, games we lost, teams that beat us home and away, teams that done the double over us, we lost 18 Premier League games, which is 54 points lost.
Yes.
And 7 teams done the double. 7 teams took a total of 42 points out of us. 7 teams.
But consider this, Tim, though, and this is why I have no respect for shitty fans, right? Who are just like Johnny come lately, whatever. To be a real fan is to actually support your team through thick and through thin, right?
Yeah.
And what I've also realized in life in general is that there's no joy without pain.
Yeah.
And the joy a lot of times comes from the contrast with the pain.
Without a doubt.
And so the people who have experienced this season, when, and I'd say if, I'm saying when we go and return
to the top of the
to
mountain.
the top, it's going to feel that much sweeter because we have the contrast with what we're feeling right now.
Right. Couldn't have put it better. It is what it is. Well, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. You guys at home watching us, following us through the channel. The channel has grown immensely. We are nearly 14,000 strong. We'll be 14,000 strong by Monday or Tuesday this week. So keep following, subscribing for us on all the social media platforms. I want to chat. I want to thank the Globetrotter. I want to thank Mr. Positive Joe, the Soul Man. He has been there, senior contributor to the channel. Anything you need to know, just let him, reach out to him. But it's been a journey for us. I'll tell you a little bit of history. Before the game between Man United and Man City that Ahmad and Bruno Ahmad scored the last minute goal, we were 3,900 subscribers. Fast forward 5 months, we are 14,000 subscribers. So I want to thank you all for following us, supporting the channel, keep supporting the fastest and biggest growing fan channel in the United States. From all of us, Houston Red Army, glory, glory, Man United. See you on the next one.